Today we have a Scorpio moon that invites us to have a deeper understanding of who we are below the surface. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Wednesday, June 24th. And with the Scorpio moon today, we always go deep with a moon in Scorpio. We can have that moodiness or that need for supporting ourselves when something is moving on the inside and maybe we don't really understand it, but we just have to give ourselves that sacred time and space to process, to feel things, to allow the energy to move inside of us. Might feel things very deeply. But this Scorpio moon comes in a Gemini moon cycle, and so it has this quality of getting curious. And with the theme of this Gemini moon cycle that began with a Gemini new moon, we have that invitation to open our minds, get curious, explore new thinking, new possibilities, explore the language that we use for things, and whether we maybe find some new words to put things into because we're understanding them. So as you go along your journey of understanding yourself more as time goes on, you have that invitation to find new words, right? To describe yourself, even how you talk to yourself or how you understand your own patterns. All of that can have new words, a new language, new ways to describe it. And that's part of the learning and growth. So we're going to be doing a lot of that in the coming years with Uranus in Gemini. So Uranus, outer planet of shifts in consciousness, accessing higher thinking, seeing ourselves in new ways, seeing all kinds of information in new ways with that Gemini curiosity. So getting curious, but also having that sort of lightning bolt or electrical shift in knowledge, in awareness, in consciousness. So bringing it back to this Scorpio moon day and the vibe of today, we're transforming on the inside, which is what we do when the moon is in Scorpio. But we are also getting curious, and we are also deepening into a new understanding or awareness of who we are at those deeper levels. So who are you at your essence? And this is a good day to explore that. We also have the moon just before 10 a.m. Pacific, forming an exact square to Pluto in Aquarius. And the moon in Scorpio in a square, so 90 degrees. They're both fixed signs anyway. The point is that Pluto, the planet of power and truth and transformation, is in the sign of Aquarius, which is higher thinking, higher consciousness, but also authenticity, being who we are, having the freedom to move in the ways that are true and authentic. So themes of freedom, themes of shaking up the norms, but also by being who we really are. So all of these themes come together today in the square, which could bring something that feels challenging or frustrating, something that is stimulating you to make a shift. And the invitation, watch for what is challenging, what is showing up in your life. And it might be feeling based. So if something comes up that's an emotional thing that makes you feel emotional, and ask yourself, what is this inviting me to know about my true self? How am I being asked to explore and understand my own deeper truth at deeper levels and understand who I am authentically? Those shifts are really, really possible with this energy, but the process of how we get to those shifts could feel quite emotional or uncomfortable or uncertain or unclear. So trust the process, listen at deeper levels, get curious, and be open to exploring what is here for you to see that maybe you couldn't see before. And I guess what I'm getting at is sometimes this means we have to touch into a little bit of pain, a little bit of processing something that is living inside of us that is needing to be released. And sometimes there's a reason why we avoid those deeper places of tenderness. So explore the tenderness, let yourself feel, let yourself move through the process, trust the process. And in that process, as you trust it, you might notice and learn something more deeply about your own truth and who you really are at your essence, and the care and feeding of that deeper essence of that authentic you. So understanding yourself better means that you can get your needs met more effectively. So maybe something shows up in a relationship, maybe something shows up in that self-criticism. Whatever it is, there's some invitation here to look more deeply at who you are, what you need, what is authentic and true for you, and how you need to respond, and how can you support yourself to live more authentically. How can you be who you are? And so how sometimes we find that well, it's like, why was I ever avoiding, saying that thing out loud or doing that thing? Or why was I trying to protect someone? Or, it's like once we realize, oh, it's really, I need to do this, right? And then we find out, well, wow, it was not as hard as I thought. So there's some invitation potentially today to deepen into something like that, into something that helps you be more true to yourself, understand yourself better, and get your needs met at deeper levels. So trust the process, trust the flow, let yourself move through the feelings, which sometimes can be hard, but it's worth it. Those are my thoughts for today. Thank you for being here, and I am here every day with Astrology for Unshakable Self-Care. You can learn more about me and how to work with me at astrologyheals.com and my member site transformationalastrology.com. And thanks for subscribing to this YouTube channel. I will see you next time. Bye for now.